In this question, we are solving for x in the following triangle. So when I look at this question, I see that there are two side lengths. We have 110 centimeters and 145 centimeters. There's also an angle of 105 degrees, and we're looking for side x. So whenever I'm doing one of these questions and I'm trying to choose a method, the first question I ask myself is this a right angle triangle? And the answer is no. I don't have that square that shows that any of those angles is 90 degrees. So then the next question I ask myself is, do I know an angle and an opposite side? Well, the only angle I know is 105 degrees, and the side across from it is the thing that we are trying to solve for. So I do not have an angle and an opposite side that I know. The sides that I do not know the angles across from. So that means I cannot use sine law. We are going to be using cosine law. When I go to pick my cosine law formula, I need to ask myself, are we solving for a side or an angle? And in this case, we are solving for a side. So I am going to do a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Now, since my formula uses a's, b's, and c's, I am going to label my triangle using a, b, and c. And I usually like to take whatever my x is and let that be a. So since this is a side, I'm going to do little a for the side, and then across from that is the angle capital A. And then the other two, it doesn't really matter. I might let the 145 be B, and then across from the B is large angle B. And then if I let 110 be side C, the one across from that is angle C. So I'm going to substitute all of my values into my formula. So A is x, so I have x squared equals B, 145 squared, plus C, 110 squared, minus 2 times B, 145, times C, 110, times cosine of angle A, which is 105 degrees. Right. I am going to calculate all of that right-hand side in one step on my calculator, and I am not going to hit equals until I get to the very end of the line. So I'm going to do 145 squared plus 110 squared minus 2 times 145 times 110 times, and then I can't do cosine 105, I have to do 105 cos based on my calculator, and then I'm going to hit equals. So I have 41,381.32754. This is not my final answer, so I am going to write the entire thing down. So I have 41,831.32754. Now to get my final answer, I just need to find a way to cancel out that square on the x, and I'm going to do that by taking the square root. So I am going to square root this number, and I get 203.42 if I round to 2 decimal places. The next digit is a 4, so that's going to stay 203.42. So x equals 203.42. Now for units, this is a side, and the other side lengths are marked in centimeters. So this is going to be centimeters. So my final answer is that x equals 203.42 centimeters.